Welcome to February's Technique class with Michelle Last. We're making this card using the Mum's Love stamp set. Excuse me. You will have received your pack, and the card for the front is on the front and the card for the inside is on the inside. So remove your cream from the front and the inside. I believe they're slightly... No, they're exactly the same size, so that's absolutely great. So what we're going to use is the Island Indigo ink. We're going to stamp our sentiments first. So on the front it should say, "Nobody loves like a mum." So get it nicely inked. This is such a pretty colour. And then what you're going to do is you're going to stamp it straight to the bottom right of the card. Like that. And then you're going to stamp the inside with "And no mum deserves more love than you." This is brilliant because I'm making not only my mum's card but my mother-in-law's card all at the same time. Now let me just check the inside of my card. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to stamp that on the inside. Let's just set those aside for a second. Okay, so this is what the card looks like, and this is what the inside looks like. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to stamp with the early espresso the little stem here, and then this little image here actually stamps over the top, a two-step stamping image. So we're going to get the early espresso, and we're going to ink it up. And what you're going to do is, can you see this one here? That was the quite low down. I'll come in like so. Like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fit in the other flowers into the space. So you're going to have to turn the stamp to get this effect. I'm just going to sit that one there like that. Okay, so that's that one. And then for the inside, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up and do there, like that. And then I'm going to just try and go either side of the word like that. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mount the inside of the flowers. So that looks like this one here. So get that on there like that, and I'm just going to clean that off actually. So I've just cleaned, I've just got the stamp here, and basically if you just try and get it right in your head, can you see that fits directly on top of the image? So make sure you get up the right way or the wrong way first. I'm going to use Soft Sky ink. You can use Pool Party if you have Pool Party. And I'm just going to line it up, not be too precise, you know, not exact. I am going to go over the flower image and just do a blue over the top. Then I'm going to line that up like that, and then I'm going to do the same on the front one. So it's very, very easy to line up because it's clear. So it shouldn't take you too long. Like that. And then what I found was I just wanted to make some of the flower pop a little more. So I've got a Lost Lagoon marker here. I'm going to get the thick tip, and just on some of the circles, not all of them, I'm just going to highlight some. And this is very subtle because we're going to be adding glitter over the top of this. So this is not going to be important. You don't have to do this element if it doesn't float your boat. If you don't have the colours that you want, don't worry about it. We're going to add lots of glitter over the top. So I'm just doing that, just adding a bit of colour to make some of the petals pop. And nearly there. Okay, now what we're going to do is use the same stamp, which, what have I done with that? I've got myself in a bit of a mess. Right, so I'm going to use the same stamp for the flowers. I'm going to clean it, and then I'm going to use Versamark. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use heat and stick powder. So if I just ink up this flower image and then do exactly the same again. Oh look, oops, I've caught the end of that. I might just trim that off. I'm going to go over the top with Versamark. And Versamark stays wet for quite a long time, so this is fine. You don't have to hurry this part. So I've got Versamark on that one. Now I'm going to put Versamark on the inside piece as well. Just like so. And now I'm going to get my heat and stick powder and a bit of scratch paper, and I'll do the front one first. I'm going to pour my heat and stick powder over the Versamarked flowers. And can you see where it's stuck? It's glue. Basically, heat and stick powder is dried glue, so glue powder. So what you do is you sprinkle it over the top of the Versamark. It sticks to the Versamark. Then you heat set it, which melts the glue, and then very quickly you sprinkle the glitter on the top, and then the glitter will stick to where you have glued, but nowhere else. So let's see if that works. So I've got my glitter to hand, so be ready with your glitter. Okay, and I've got my piece for the front. I'm only going to work with one piece at a time, so I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to do that one. I'm going to turn my heat tool on. I'm going to get it hot before I start pointing it at the glue. And as soon as I point it at the glue, you will see it go from a matte powder to a shiny effect. Can you see that? Shiny. I'm just going to turn that off, take it to my glitter. Then I've got glitter on it. Then what I'm going to do is just go over that with the heat tool very, very quickly, just to heat set it. So I'm not spending a lot of time, just going over every flower, and then that's the glitter part sorted. Sorry, it's all happening here. Right, now I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to heat set it. Wait for it to go shiny and not matte. Add the glitter. Like that. And then very quickly heat set it again. And so you've got a lovely sparkly card. So all we need to do now is, I haven't inked the edges on these ones. I'm going to. I would recommend that you ink before you start doing the heat and stick powder, but I forgot. So I'm also going to trim off that little bit at the bottom. Let me just trim this off. See if I can hide my mistake. There's always a way around. Beautiful. It means I need to trim a bit of the island indigo off too. So let's get that glued on. Let's move that out of the way. Getting in a bit of a pickle. If you could see my messy desk. Just trying to find my glue. Okay. Go to Tombow then. I'm going to mount that on there like that. And it has been cut to not give you much of a border. So get that stuck down. If you are going to ink the edges, do it before you stick it down, obviously. Okay. Do you know what? I'm not going to ink the edges on mine, but when you're, it's completely up to you. It's your card. You do as you wish. I'm going to trim off. Mine's just a little bit. I'm going to actually make the card smaller. So let's just trim the same off the top. Get this lined up and then I can do it this way. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use dimensionals to raise up the front. I don't know if you can see, but I've actually raised up the front here. I just need to find my dimensionals. Here they are. Stick those on the back. If you're posting this card, you might not want to put dimensionals on it because it will cost you more to post. Okay. Now, I also need to trim off the base of my card, but I'm not going to worry at the moment, and I'm going to stick that on there, and I'm not going to raise the inner one up. I only need to do that on the outside. So what I can do now is if I stick this in, I can then trim off the length of my card. So that's it, that's your card finished. That's one with inked edges, that's one without inked edges, and I use crumb cake and soft suede to ink the edges of this one. So that's your finished card. The glitter will stay in place and won't come off, and just give you a really, really pretty finish. So I hope you enjoyed making that card. Thanks for joining me. Thank you. Bye bye.